Once again, the biggest news in Portland real estate is all about mortgage rates hitting the lowest level since February, and they are still sliding. Let's take a look at the very latest in Portland Metro stats and trends and what's going on with mortgage rates. I'm RonMilligan, owner and managing broker of RE/MAX Select here in Portland. Thank you so much for joining me here today. As always, if you find this information helpful and would like to see more videos like this one in your feed, please consider subscribing. I would appreciate it and it would really help me out. Now on with the report. We're continuing to see pressure on sale prices now for the third week in a row, and it's starting to look more like a trend. Comparing the first 3 weeks of July 2024 to 2023, we're currently running about 1.2% above last year's prices, which is down from June when the sale prices were up versus the previous year by roughly 2.7%. Lower interest rates I mentioned at the top of the video could really help with the affordability problems that buyers are facing and maybe help prop up values. That's something that we'll watch. If you've been keeping up with these updates, you know that the number of homes hitting the market has been outpacing what we were seeing last year at this time, but that seems to have moderated this week to almost match last year's numbers. Overall, buyers still have about 32% more homes to choose from versus last year at this time, which is of course no change from the previous week, so we're still kind of treading water when it comes to supply. Demand has been staying pretty consistent since the 4th of July holiday, but we are back to outpacing the number of purchase agreements agreed to by buyers and sellers versus last year at this time. If you remember the last couple of weeks, we've been behind what we were seeing last year at this time, so our market may be heading off a new trend of weaker demand, that trend that we've been seeing growing since the 4th. Our other measure of buyer activity, lockbox opens, was once again only a hair off of last year's number, so it looks like buyers are starting to get out there again touring homes with their agents. A few weeks ago, we did see a higher number of homes entering into foreclosure danger, but that didn't last. The number of bank-owned homes and pre-foreclosure notices returned to the fairly modest numbers that we've been seeing leading up to that bump that we saw. So no big changes there, at least not yet. So on to the big news. The big story once again is in mortgage rates. The Fed board met this week and kept rates right where they were, no changes there. However, we got a jobs report that indicated that the economy might be cooling, which would help curb inflation. And Chairman Powell made some remarks at this week's meeting that gave the market some confidence that a rate cut is coming, maybe as soon as the Fed's next meeting in September. As a result, on Thursday morning, I found a best case scenario for the 30-year fixed mortgage advertised at 6.125%, which is down more than 1/4 of a point from where we were last week. Looking forward, we will be watching the market's reaction to the jobs report and Chairman Powell's remarks. There tends to be a bit of a knee-jerk reaction when new information or new reports hit the airwaves, and it's usually followed by some moderation. So I might expect that the lows that we're seeing, we might see rates kind of moderate back up. If mortgage rates remain at the current levels or maybe even slide a little bit more, it could inject a bit of energy into our market in the form of increased buyer activity and result in a reduction in the overall supply of homes to purchase. So make sure that you stay ahead of the curve and tune in here next week for the latest in Portland Metro real estate stats and trends. I'll see you then.